welcome back to another RSG stream. I am Ranger J 1999, and this is our lunch stream. If you're new and wondering what the hell is this is where we hang out with you good folks for the next hour or so. We'll answer your questions. We'll do a roster review. It's Weird News Monday, so we'll do all that. Welcome. If you have questions, go ahead and put those in there, and we will get those scooped up and read. If you do have a question, make sure you put the word question in front of your question so we know that it is. It just helps us scoop it up with the software that we use. But hope everybody's having a good Monday. We're here to make your day a little bit better, a little bit brighter, a little bit more funnier. It's what we do. I'm glad to have everybody here. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Glad to see everybody here. And let us begin the festivitas by introducing everybody. Of course, we've got Dr. Finn Medicine Woman who's here, but he's in a meeting and he's finishing up, so he should be here soon. Here, though, to make sure that the questions are scooped up in his monitoring chat is, of course, the soulless one, Mr. Gingivitis himself.
Hey, good to be here.
Hey, let's see what's going on. Also joining us, of course, is the one and only from the RSG crew, Grim the Mechanic.
How's it going?
Also joining us, the big deal himself, the French tickler, the brown Gandalf, the government Wi-Fi stealer, the beardless one, Grande Pappy Patron.
What's up?
God, every time you do that, I just want to punch you in the face, dude. Have me have flashbacks. Oh, hell no. No. Hell to the mother effing no. You really are cruising for a breeze, Grande.
If somebody in chat knows what I'm referencing whenever I say
they know, Grande, they know. Come on now. That's just a turd. Oh, God. I think that's it. And that's what we got today. So if you got questions, go ahead and get those in there. Like we always say, make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video. Leave comments. If you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Obviously, you love the content. If you subscribe, you know when we're doing live streams, and we do a ton of live streams now, not just for Galaxy Heroes, but we're doing Borderlands, Hero of the Storms. We got a big Battlefront 2 week coming up this week. We've got the introduction of Geonosis and Grievous. So I will be streaming the snot out of that as much as humanly possible. So be ready for that. Not today, because I got so much homework to do. It's ridiculous. And poor Stanley is in the same boat that I am. We are in the final push to get our degrees done. So... but unlike Stanley, once I get my bachelor's done, I will be going into my MBA. So that.
What are you getting your bachelor's in, by the way?
Business and marketing, Grande Patron.
Business and marketing. Excellent. Stanley, what are you getting your degree in?
Accounting.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you guys much success and hope it goes smooth this last little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to graduate as an A student. It's just a matter of just finishing the courses themselves. So, like today, I have to finish my paper for my, which one am I doing? No, it's about sales. So, I've got such a huge background on that. It won't take me long to write it. But it's about getting the participation and other stuff in. Because the other one is personal economics and accounting.
You know. So I gotta
it's
tell
more
you,
about.
you should know all kinds of stuff about sales.
You think? Yeah.
You have billions of them in your body. So absolutely, you know tons about sales.
No, a little bit different type of sales, Grande. Not CELLS, but SALES. Yes, you know.
Oh, okay.
Look up Zig Ziglar, write a paper on it for me, and then get back with me, my friend.
I mean, you got mitochondrial DNA and all that kind of stuff.
Well, we're about science here, but this is the science of economics. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. You know, market strategy, market penetration, those kind of things, Grande. You know, someday you'll learn.
Right.
You know, someday you'll be educated, and we'll know the difference.
Right. I got you.
Right. So go ahead and get your questions in. We've got a roster review today. It's Weird News Monday, so we've got that we're going to cover. I would just like to do a quick shout out, and our thoughts and prayers are for the victims of yet another shooting in Pittsburgh. But our hearts go out to the victims. I'm so sick of this, but someday we'll get our act together where this shit doesn't happen. But yeah, we're thinking about you, Pittsburgh. Anybody in the Pittsburgh area that watches us, we're with you.
Absolutely.
We're with you.
Absolutely.
You know,
we're with you.
It's horrifying. I mean, I watched that in real time. I'm like, oh my god, not again. We got some sick turds out there, and I don't know what we're gonna do about it. I don't have the answers, but I'm really getting sick of it.
Just give them to me. Just give them to me. I promise you.
Oh yeah, trust me. If I had some my way, it'd be things to be handled a little differently. You like to shoot innocent people. Let me
just give them to me. I promise. I promise you, they won't be a problem ever again.
Yeah, just,
we don't need sickos.
Yeah, but it's a big problem and stuff. You know, mental health and all kinds of stuff going on here. But all right, here we go. So
here we go.
We got a roster review. Wait, we just got a message in Skype. What happened?
Let's jump right into it.
Let's just right into it. Yep. We've got today. We are doing Discord QECE 8195, and they are in Rogue 3, not Rogue 1 Grande, but Rogue 3.
Rogue 3.
That's right.
Rogue 3.
And they are currently running.
What's your call sign? What's the call sign? Rogue 3.
Mm-hmm. And let me see what they are looking for. Give me a second.
That would be like if Rogue 3 would be like if the Spaceballs guy Mel Brooks did like a Rogue 1 movie.
Mm-hmm. My speed not fast enough. We'll have to go ludicrous speed.
So big shout out to
Rogue 42.
To Rogue 3.
Rogue 3.
And how are we going to say this guy's name? Queasy?
Just it's more like a droid's name, QECE 8195.
I like QE, QC. No, that's his Discord numbers, man. That's his Discord numbers.
That's QC 8195.
Well, but those are his name is really QC. The 8195 are just his Discord numbers, man. So it's QC. Look at his Discord. Look at his Discord tag.
I'm
man.
sure, but you know.
So just QC. Man, he's kicking butt in arena.
Yeah, well, he says look at his arena, but he's got the team. He had the team before. I don't think we need to look at arena at all. I mean, that's one thing he requested. And I don't know how long this was, but
look at where he was at September. Look at where he is today.
Right? He is not dicking around with arena, Grande.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, he's kicking some major Butowski right there.
He really is.
Either one of those teams will work out great.
He's got the trade team with Nest, disgusting.
Yep.
He's got the Revan team, so have fun kicking people's ass with that. So you are not going to have any problems with the arena other than mirror matches. That's it, homie. I mean, look at your arena rank and the teams you got. You're fine. I don't even know. If anything else needs to be said, we can look at your mods on the team, which I'm sure somebody will. See if there's anything that maybe we can help you improve a little bit. I doubt it.
I was looking at. I went right into characters actually.
Yeah, I'm going right into characters myself. So, but because the other thing he wants to look. Well, the other thing too is he wants us to look at Fleet Arena and Territory Wars offense. So.
Ooh, okay. So we gotta jump in. Let me jump in game and look at what he's running.
Sure. If you want to do that, I'll start going through some of his offensive. Arena, Territory Wars teams. So we're getting ready for another Territory Wars. So there's of course Revan team. You've already got the Treya team is also. Both these teams can be used on offense and defense. So depends. Each guild runs their setup differently, right? So I can't speak on where your guild is. And what they're doing strategy wise. But the Revan team you can use on both. The trade team is pretty much an offensive team now because there's too many counters to get around Treya. So you see Treya, the Sith team. That you're running would be used on offense. So that's one of your offensive teams. Some of the other offensive teams, JTR is a straight up offensive team. So let's go to Resistance first. No, I don't want to start power.
Both resistance teams are definitely seem like they're more offense oriented now.
If I can get GG to work, that would be great.
Go.
Can we try this again? Let's try this again. So try to hit the filter. Because
I
got all these goddamn news stories popping up and it's slowing me down here, Grande.
No, we can't. You can't slow down a ranger.
Oh.
That's all I'm saying. You cannot slow down a ranger.
Well, you can slow us down. You just can't stop us. So
that's right. You just can't stop them.
Well, so for resistance, he's got JTR R2 BB8.
That's his. Yeah, he's got his team for P1 of the heroic Sith raid.
So you can run on offense. You can run Scavenger Rain there. You get the assist and the offense with her in that team. They're all geared 12. You do have Zeta Finn.
But he does have Zeta Finn, but I don't think he probably can't get his gear 10 Poe fast enough.
Yeah, so you one thing about the Zeta Finn is important because it's how you get the team working, but the key component of that team is, of course, Poe Dameron. You got to get him to gear 11.
And he's only got 88 speed on him.
Yeah, so the speed overall has got to be above 250.
And we got the wrong primaries. We need a potency cross, and we need
potency's huge for him.
I mean, he's got some potency on some of his secondary mods. I mean, I still take out. Let me tell you what's so great about that team. You can take out scoundrel teams, bounty hunter teams with that team. You can take out boss-led Zeta triple whammy mollywop teams.
Oh yes,
with that team, and you can take out first order teams. I think that team is actually better against a scoundrel team, against a bounty hunter.
Yeah, it's easier to get the speed on them. I mean,
and then you can get, and then of course the big thing is they're not really good at cleansing, and you place ability block on buff immunity on Bosk, and now he can't taunt.
Yeah, it's an easy counter. But it is RNG dependent, and it all comes down to how you mod your Poe. Poe is the key part of that.
Agree.
Because you're going to run Resistance Trooper in there. You're going to run. Now, for me, I do things a little differently. Whenever I run JTR with BB-8, Scavenger Ray, and Holdo in my JTR team.
I love that team.
Then I'll run I'll save an offensive piece. Like, what team am I facing? And then I'll just add a random another piece there because I like to keep R2 with the Zeta Finn team if I can. If not, I've also done this with the Zeta Finn team. I'll put in Cassian in that team.
Oh yeah, that works out really good
because he does a lot of exposes and what he adds to it. But Emily Holdo on that team is really nice. I find it to be really nice. She taunts.
I love it.
She gets all the AOE too. It helps BB-8 with his. It just synergizes really well. Trooper.
I turn that team into a control team with 2 stuns.
You can do that too.
I run it with Finn and Rose actually.
Sure, Rose is another one, but she's. I was working on Rose. I think I've got a 5-star, but I stopped because I'm trying to do all this other crap with the Old Republic and other teams.
Let me tell you, she is totally.
I agree. She's a great character, but she works.
I was just looking at his characters. QC has probably 5 or 10 characters we'd put in front of Rose, and probably 5 or 10 characters we'd even put in front of Amel and Holdo, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So,
but it gives you some flexibility here with who you mix and match with. So, because you're not going to run the Rogue One team on, you're not running it together on anything. Sorry, you're just not. It's. The sum of its parts. I mean, Rogue One is great in PvE, but in any kind of territory war, you're going to split that up. And what I mean by that is the other offensive team that we need to look at is if we go to Rebels, the one that especially if we have a Chewbacca, even if he's a 6-star Chewbacca, it doesn't matter. 5-6-star Chewbacca will work on this team, and that is CLS with Han and Chewbacca. And the team that I run is Chirrut and Baze. Now, for him, his Baze is only 7 stars. Well, both his Chirrut and Baze are 7-star, but they're only gear 8.
Gear 8.
And so you've got to get them gear 11 at least. But CLS, Han, Chewie, and you're going to need the Zeta on Chewbacca loyal friend. It just helps that team so much. But that team on offense with Chirrut and Baze is retarded. It's just, and it saves.
It's another great arena piece.
It really is. If you don't have Holdo, then what it does, especially if you're going to run if you're going to run your General Kenobi for Jedi with your Bastila Revan team, which is fine, then you can run as a tank. It frees up your old Ben to be put on your JTR team, who's a great piece to put on your JTR team if you don't have Holdo. So that way you've got JTR, BB-8, Scavray, you can put Old Ben in there as the tank, and you'll be fine with another piece, right? If you want to include R2 in there. I like R2 with Zeta Finn. That's just my preference because he really does help with the control and everything like that. That's a real easy offensive win. But Churden Bays with the CLS, Han, Chewbacca combination, because the other one is that you'll run CLS with R2, Han, Chewie, and Old Ben, which is fine.
Right now, I'm looking at if you look at his whole roster and you sort by power difference, you can get to the characters he probably really needs to work on.
Sure. What are you seeing that he needs to work on?
Bosk to 7-star. First Order Stormtrooper to 7-star. First Order Executioner to 7-star. Those are probably the three that I look at that kind of pop out at me right away as characters, as far as rarity is concerned, that I'd be working on.
Now, next team I'm looking at here is Night Sisters. Now, Night Sisters is another team that can be used on offense or defense. I've seen both. The first thing you need to do is get your Night Sister Zombie to Gear 10. It has to be Gear 10.
Agreed.
Your Talia is 10. Your DACA is 10.
He's one piece away. He needs a Nubian security scanner.
Sure.
And he's got her to 10.
Yeah.
So
he's got the 2 on Asajj, Mother Talzin. The great thing about now I've got both Zetas on Asajj and Mother Talzin because I like to mix and match depending on the team I'm facing. But this is a great offensive team as well. Night Sisters counter a lot of stuff, especially depending on who you're facing. Mother Talzin with Plague, especially if she's the lead, is nasty. And if you have the zombie that's Gear 10, well, you don't have to worry about it. It gives you a lot of flexibility because if they go after one of your guys and kill them, well, zombie, as long as she's got the bus going on, will revive them. So you don't have to worry about your DACA getting destroyed right off the bat because, well, she's going to come right back. And so it's got a lot of res power and stuff like that. So Mother Talzin, especially her lead and with Plague Bearer, those 2 Zetas on Territory Wars is really, really nice. Asajj one is really nice too if you're looking to control turn meter manipulation and damage. So it depends on the team that you're facing, but this gives you a lot of flexibility on the battlefield. I see a lot of people use them on defense and offense. I'm sure you see the same thing. Grinding the crew, but this is another offensive team that you can use for countering a lot of stuff. Let's see here, another offense. No, I don't want to sort by power. Why does it keep doing that?
I still really feel like range trooper is the one that kind of pops out at me as needing to be leveled up.
Well, I started working on mine too, but it's a shit ass farm. So God.
Is it really?
The drop rate sucks. It's only 1 node too, so it's a tough farm. Troopers are great too, but you need to break them up a little bit because one offensive team that's really good against Traya is the Thrawn Magma Trooper. Now your Magma Trooper is Gear 11, so that's fine. So Thrawn Magma Trooper, Death Trooper, IPD, and Palpatine is a great Traya killer. It really is. I've got my Magma Trooper at 12, and it's ridiculous how much damage and how easy the team is to kill Traya.
He needs to mod that team. He needs to mod Magma Trooper differently.
Right. How would you mod Magma Trooper?
All tenacity.
Because you want him resisting.
Right, and the reason why is because if you look at his unique, right? If you look at his skills, his unique here, which he needs to put the Omega on. By the way, if you read the full thing when it's fully geared up, it says Magma Trooper has plus 30% tenacity and gains 70% turn meter the first time he resists a detrimental effect or suffers a debuff. And while Magma Trooper is active, the Imperial Troopers gain 30% tenacity. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why you want him to have tons and tons and tons of tenacity.
Mm-hmm. The troopers
That's
are
how
really.
I disagree, by the way.
Go for it.
Do you really?
Yeah, he gains the turn meter whether he resists or suffers the debuff. So tenacity is completely useless. I actually think he needs really, really high potency because you need that AoE in order to reduce the turn meter. I don't think tenacity is important on Magma Trooper. I think it's potency.
I'm just trying to not have him get ability blocked or stunned or dazed.
Well,
That's the
okay, so what would, if you're getting dazed, right? What character would be dazing you as a Magma Trooper? Because first, ability block doesn't matter because you'll do your basics. You'll just keep on getting your turns back. The ability block will fade off. So ability block doesn't matter. Daze will matter because it reduces your turn meter reduction, or sorry, turn meter gain, and stun would matter as well. But what are the characters that are doing that? It's if you have like a Dooku or something, or if you have like a Enfys potentially, or some other character, right? But in order to stop that, if you're doing that against a Traya team, you need a Death Trooper in order to cause the daze on that character. Because the whole premise of Magma Trooper is that you're trying to do the basic and not trigger those counterattacks. And so you need a daze of your own. Otherwise, Enfys is going to kill you regardless of whether or not there's a daze. Dooku's going to kill you regardless whether or not you have a daze on him or whether or not he dazes you or stuns you or whatever. Because he'll just keep on counterattacking. So there is an aspect to tenacity, but for me, if you're not getting that turn meter reduction, it's over. Because if Scion manages to go, if you don't get if you try to fracture somebody else besides Scion, you can fracture Enfys, you can fracture Dooku if you want to. It solves all of those issues. But if you don't fracture Scion and you allow Scion to go, and you don't get those turn meter reductions off a Magma Trooper, you're screwed. Like that turn meter reduction is super, super critical.
Interesting that you and I disagree on this.
But that's all right. That's a great thing. So you can try it both ways and see what works best for you. But your Death Trooper goes on that team. He's only gear 9. He needs to get to gear 11 plus as soon as possible. And then those two disappear. So that leaves you with Veers. You got your Stormtrooper at 11. That's fine. You can go Veers, Snowtrooper, Short Trooper, Stark, and Snowtrooper. And really what you're doing is you're protecting your Snowtrooper, who's just machine gunning the snot out of everybody. I'm about to take mine to 12 and try to get the bayonet on him because that team against Rebels, it's a great team. It destroys Night Sisters. It's got a lot of offensive capabilities, and it's really just about Snowtrooper. You want your Stark as fast as possible because he's what makes it tick. He starts doing his thing, and especially against the Night Sisters, because once you kill one Night Sister, which ain't hard because they're squishy, they're getting their health and protection back. They're getting they're just constantly getting turn meter, and they're just constantly going. Once on offense, once the Imperial Troopers go and get going, they're hard to stop, man. They really are. My God, they are just ridiculous, and that's even without Death Trooper on the team. If you throw a Death Trooper in there, look out because he's reducing the turn meter. He's doing stuns and dazes and stuff. So it gives you a lot of mix and matching here. So we need to get Death Trooper to 11. We got to get Snow Trooper to 11. We got to get Stark to 11. That's a team that I highly like on offense and Territory Wars. It's a very easy win. And there's certain teams you don't use it against, obviously, but for a lot of for clearing, it's. Especially if someone's going to run Night Sisters on his own, I always keep my Imperial Trooper just for that specific purpose. Like
while we're on Empire for a minute,
sure,
he might want to also work on Tarkin because Tarkin lead is also good, really good,
sure,
against Revan leads, and has a ship and can even work sometimes if you need to throw Thrawn on a different team. So you can throw Thrawn on like some kind of like a danger zone team, or you can throw him, or you can throw Thrawn on another team that you're using, and then you can throw Tarkin in his lead and get the speed up. So I really like Tarkin for that purpose.
So we've done Rebels, we've got the Revan team, we've got the Chariot team on offense, we've got Night Sisters on offense, so we can get your Trooper team on offense.
First Order and Bounty Hunters is the other.
Well, those really are more. But the majority,
I get it that
they're great on offense, but they're
mostly set for defense.
Right, they're set for defense along with the Scoundrel team with Kierley because they can regenerate health and protection back. Right, that's why teams that do that are the only exception is Rogue One because Rogue One's just too much weak sauce. Sorry, they just are too easy to kill. But your First Order, your Bounty Hunter team with Zeta Bosk. And of course, Kierley with the Scoundrels, they regenerate all their health protection back. So if you don't kill them, they're going to be, especially if they get turn meter, they're pain in the ass to deal with. So you have to really go in there, and it's different at different GP levels. But when you get I think we're 193, so we're in the top tier. It isn't about everybody clears everybody now, right? It's about how efficient you are. So you have to have these teams ready to go and ready to rock and roll because you need to have the right counter and you have to be efficient with them because it comes down to who's more efficient now. It's not about because both sides will clear each other. It's about who is more efficient, and that includes ships. You can't be going in there and doing 2 or 3 battles on ships because that hurts you. It comes down to those. I'm
looking again at his ships right now, and we need to level up Bosk for the Houndstooth. Even at 3-star, it is viable.
Yeah.
We need to finish off the stars on Kylo Ren's command shuttle. We need to finish off the stars on First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter.
That's an easy one to get out of the guild store that he's in?
His regular guild store, yeah. And then leveling up, I think leveling up Tarkin for Executrix is something he needs to look at. And then as far as pilots he needs to level up, I think he needs to level up his Geos and potentially Poe Dameron.
Yeah, Poe is great. You only need to get these guys to Gear 11, guys. I mean,
and potentially Cassian's Yuri. Yeah, Gear 11, man. Just Gear 11 on these pilots. Don't go cray.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, your capital ships are one thing, but your regular characters, as long as they're Gear 11 for your ships, you're just fine.
First Order, man. He could really focus on First Order. He could really focus on a little bit of Empire and a little bit of Rebel ships, and he'd be good. But I think it would also help him too for his lineup. I like his lineup for what he's running as far as capital ship. He's running Tarkin. He's running Thrawn lead, but he's running it with with Biggs and Vader and Imperial TIE Fighter. So it's a little bit of an older meta. I think he needs to level up some of these other ships, and he'll get a little higher in fleet arena.
All right.
What else was he looking for? Oh, mods. We didn't really talk about mods or Zetas, did we?
Yeah, I finally got his ships up, but really good lineup. This is just a small meat and potatoes just to make your ships a little bit better. That's all. How are we looking on mods?
Oh my gosh, the pop-ups on freaking GG today. Killing me. They're killing me.
Killing me, Smalls.
His mods are interesting.
Go for it.
It's nothing awful. He's focused very heavily, obviously, on his Jedi Knight Revan team. That's his arena team.
Of course.
He's created a very fast Kenobi, which can be good, which can be bad. It looks like that's what he's focused on, though. So I'm not gonna. His mods are where I think he wants them to be. They're all very focused. I have no issue with the way he has his mod set up. His mods are very focused on particular characters. It looks like he's pretty much optimized.
I have a question. Why do we have a crit avoidance arrow on Rex?
I'm guessing it's just something he threw on there because it had 18 speed.
Probably so. But
it's not a bad crit avoidance. Is not bad though. I mean,
it doesn't help Rex too much.
It doesn't.
I know, but I mean, it's not.
Because Rex is the opposite. You want them to crit because it kind of triggers his ability.
Yeah, that's the only one that kind of like.
Yeah, you know anything about that? That's right. Get that goddamn thing off there. I was thinking, he avoided it, he didn't get hit, and he's doing his thing, and then I'm like, wait, that's true, he wants to take the credit. God damn it. Science.
God damn it, Grande.
That's right.
Besides
really
that, I'm
nice
fine.
I'm
fine with everything else.
Let's take that off there.
Makes me happy.
But overall, I mean, your roster is really nice, dude. So you're at that stage where it's now starting rounding off. We've got a lot of solid pieces in all the teams. Now we just got to round off those other ones to get them to where your teams are really going to be kicking ass.
He should put that crit avoidance arrow on GK.
Great tank. Yeah, tank's crit avoidance is really nice. I kind of understand why he's doing with Kenobi. If you can make your Kenobi really fast and he can go where he does.
It helps with that with the Jedi. So it's a kind of a change, right? With the Jedi Knight Revan, getting a Kenobi fast is really good. So you can try to get lead with the charge as many times as you can.
Yeah.
With like a Bastila team, he's better a little bit slower because otherwise you lose that taunt and you might expose one of your other characters. So with the Jedi Knight Revan, it makes sense to go with a fast Kenobi. It just depends where he's using him elsewhere, right? Because
I love his Zetas, by the way.
Yes, his Zetas are on point. Yeah, it just depends where he's using his Kenobi, because a Kenobi that fast becomes difficult to use in some other potential squads because he'll lose his taunt very easily, and that'll expose somebody. So sometimes it's good to have a slow Kenobi. Sometimes it's good to have a fast Kenobi with your arena team the way it is. A fast Kenobi makes a lot of sense. I don't know if he has like another mod loadout that he switches or something like that, but maybe something to potentially consider. A slow Kenobi. I like a slow, really, really tanky Kenobi in phase 2 of Heroic Sith, for example, because he just keeps that taunt as long as he can, and then Yoda can heal him and dispel him if anything happens. And so I like a slow Kenobi for like phase 2 Heroic Sith. And super, super tanky.
Hey, when are they ever going to finish fixing GG?
They're not.
I feel like there's certain parts of it are still broke.
They're still working on it. I mean,
anything they were trying to fix got broken even more with the Jedi Knight Revan leader ability not fitting in the area. So that's...
Okay, do we have anything else we want to talk about on this?
No, I think we're good. We covered the areas that you want us to cover. If you have more questions about specific things that we brought up for your roster, just get with us in our Discord. Kise, Kwesa. And we will be more glad to help you with anything you have specifics with. That's what we do when we do any roster review for anybody. All right, it's now time for Weird News Monday. Finn's found them, and we're going to read them out. So the first one is, let's look here. Loose monkey captured at Singapore airport. Well, you know, when I usually at the airport, seeing loose monkeys running around is something that makes sense, right?
I'm always walking around with my monkey hanging out.
That's true. A loose monkey was captured at a Singapore airport Monday morning after being spotted roaming free in the ceiling panels over a check-in area. A visitor to Shanghai Airport captured video Monday morning of a monkey walking across ceiling support beams over the Terminal 3 check-in hall at the airport. The airport said the primate was captured with help from the Animal Concerns Research and Education Society, or ACRES. A monkey was sighted this morning at Chinggis Airport T3 departure checkout in the hall. The airport group said in a statement provided to Channel News Asia. The group sought the assistance of Animal Concerns Research and Education Society, who managed to capture the monkey safely. The origins
Have you guys been in an airport where like a bird gets in?
Oh yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's like fascinated with it, right? Just watching the bird fly around. If it's like a little one, it comes on the ground and starts pecking at like little crumbs from people that they're like eating. Waiting for their flight.
Malls too, because a lot of times they'll have like a lot of malls will have like trees and shit inside. Mm-hmm. So the birds, we get in there like, well, let's think about this. People drop food all over the place. I've got a nice little habitat here. Screw it, I'm staying.
Hey, Silverbolt just said he's there.
Where?
Hawks don't come in.
Is he? Are you in Singapore? Are you at the Changi Airport in Changi Airport in Singapore, Silverbolt?
Yeah.
Have you seen the monkey?
Are you chasing the monkey?
Were you the one that released the monkey in the airport?
Oh my God! Silverbolt is causing ham.
The most fascinating thing about this story is that the group that helped catch it has an acronym in a country that doesn't speak English, and the acronym is ACRES.
I know.
I'm like, they don't speak English as their primary language in Singapore. It doesn't make. Anyway, I thought that was random.
I wonder what it translates to in what is the official language of Singapore? I honestly don't know. I thought it was. Maybe no, but there's another one too. What is it, Malay or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah, I'm not that familiar with that region as much as I am other parts of the world.
Singaporese. They speak Singaporese.
No, Grande, stop it.
Oh, they don't? Oh, okay.
All right. Next one. This is from your our home state of Texas, Grande. Alphabet typing record broken 4 times at Texas conference. Well. Attendees at a conference in Texas broke the world record for fastest time to type the alphabet on a touchscreen mobile phone 4 times. Guinness World Record said adjudicators were on hand during the Public Relations Society of America's Icon Conference this month in Austin to witness attempts to break the typing record of the world record for fastest time to stack 10 golf tees on 10 golf balls. Okay. The record...
Wait. Okay.
The record-keeping organization said the alphabet record was broken 4 times during the conference, with the final record being set by Rachel Musiker, who achieved the record in just 5.78 seconds. Guinness said the golf ball stacking record was left unbroken, although one team came within a second of the 19.878 second record. So they were there for one record and found themselves with another. That's unbelievably fast. Wow, that's insanely fast. That's I wouldn't piss that person off in a phone texting battle because you were going to lose. They'll be typing like 9,000 things at you before you even have a chance to say one thing. Yeah. All right. Next one. Let's see here. Pile of undelivered mail found in New York woods. Okay, so now we know where our mail's going. The U.S. Postal Service is investigating after a cache of undelivered mail was found dumped in the woods in New York State. The Postal Service. Yeah,
wow.
cache.
Okay.
A plethora. The Postal Service Office of the Inspector General confirmed agents recovered undelivered mail from a wooded area near the intersection of Vorst Drive and Wellington Lane in Somers, Westchester County. The Postal Service condemns in the strongest possible sense behavior that jeopardizes security and sanctity of the U.S. mail and threatens to tarnish the reputation and high level of trust that the vast majority of our employees work so hard to uphold, the Postal Service said in a statement. Local residents said they are missing some expected mail items, leading them to suspect a local mail carrier responsible for the dumped items. The Postal Service did not say how long the mail had been piling up at the location. The Inspector General's office said the investigation's findings will be shared with the U.S. Attorney's Office for possible federal charges. It is a federal crime to mess with the mail. It's a federal crime to open somebody else's mail, and it's a federal crime to do anything with the mail like this. So
wait. So you're telling me that when mail comes to the house and it's addressed to one of my children and I open it,
I think it's different.
No, because it's a kid.
Yeah, and you're the guardian.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah,
now, if you opened your wife's, then 1, you can get in legal trouble, and 2, she'll probably smack you upside your head. So that'll get you.
No, that's not how it works. This deals with Grande going around to his neighbors, spying on them, checking their mail and stuff. That's what he does.
What normally happens is my wife is like, "Why didn't you open that? I was looking for that," and I was like, I didn't know we were looking for that. I didn't know you were looking for something, or I would have opened it." And she's like, "Oh, so glad we found that."
All right, next one. 13 unusual runners break Guinness records at Toronto Marathon. Jesus. Guinness World Records confirmed 13 participants in a Toronto Marathon left with new titles, including fastest marathon dressed as a battery. The record-keeping organization said Sunday's 2018 Scotiabank Toronto Waterfront Marathon saw 13 world records being broken or created, including runner Blaine Penny breaking the record for fastest marathon dressed as a battery with a time of 2 hours, 59 minutes in blah, blah, blah.
We have some steep competition for the half marathon.
I will not be.
I figured this is like
I'm
perfect,
not even.
Not
even attempting it.
We should get Guinness there for fastest person running a marathon in a half marathon in a Boba Fett costume or something.
Right.
I mean, we should do
that.
that. We could be fastest female running as Thrawn in a half marathon.
It'll be our RSG record. We'll set our own RSG world
record. We could be like, boom, shakalaka, we hold a Guinness World Record for the fastest female half marathon dressed as Thrawn.
I'm gonna be attempting to dress as a porg. I was showing Tits the other day. She approves of my costume decision. I'm going to be trying to go as a porg. I just need to get some stuff put together.
Yeah, stay away from me. You will not be near me during that race. I will beat you to death if I see you.
I'm just going to follow Ranger around.
And the next thing you'll see is me with Finn with a stick up his ass through his mouth, cooking him open and open fire like, sorry, officer, I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Porg cooked at a half marathon. There we go, new record.
All I know is I don't want to see porg tits. That's it. That's all I know.
All right. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Pamela Bottos donned a Lucille Ball costume, broke the record for fastest half marathon dressed as a television character. Dino Jacobs. So just a bunch of records that they all broke. So that's pretty cool. So they all did different costumes.
It's just fun looking at them because one was dressed as a chef. Mm-hmm. One was joggling. So they were like jogging while juggling. At the same time,
jogging
and did it in an hour and 17 minutes. The half marathon. We're aiming for 3 hours, and this guy did it in an hour and 17 while joggling.
Please don't ever say that word again.
But that's what it says. It literally says joggling.
Yeah, he was juggling while joggling. All right.
I know. Sounds like jiggling more than juggling. But
I could probably get the record. Running a marathon while jostling.
Granius will be tickling.
Tickling while tickling a female cosplay player dressed up as Thrawn.
Oh my god, it's gonna be the entire race. Grande tickling tits in a Thrawn outfit. We're just gonna follow them around.
Grande's gonna see Finn dressed as a pork like, guys, that's the biggest chicken I've ever seen. Guys, look at the size of this cock-a-doodle.
You guys gotta come. You gotta watch.
Guys, this chicken's huge.
Guys, coochie coo. Guys, come here.
All right. Last story. Man uses mobility scooter to tow large boat down road. Australian man who went viral after using a mobility scooter to tow his large boat said police told him to expect charges. Shane Swanscott became an unexpected viral star when bystanders posted photos to social media showing him using the small mobility scooter to tow the boat on a road in Belmont, New South Wales. Swanscott said he finished working on the boat about the same time that his driver's license was suspended, so he decided to use his mobility scooter to tow the boat down to the harbor. He said he never made it to the harbor as he was stopped by police. He said police told him to expect to be charged with an offense linked to the incident, but they have not yet told him what the charge will be. I don't know what they're going to charge him with. I don't know what he's breaking the law with.
I'm assuming it's not registered to be driven on the street.
Yep, that's
but
probably.
Scooters.
It needs a license plate and needs to be registered if it's actually on the street because it's not street license. So that's probably what it is. But still, damn, that's some horsepower on a scooter.
It's for real, right? Well, I think it's just. It's a triple force. Once you get going,
those two ladies went to the Grand Canyon in their hover round. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah, but that's just getting there. You weren't towing a boat. They weren't towing each other's hover rounds all the way over. They were just on.
I don't know. Have you seen some people's grocery carts at Walmart?
Oh, I mean, all right. Let's finish the day with. Let's get into some questions, shall we?
Yeah, sanely, let's joggle some questions.
Asshole. Who question?
That was so under the breath. That was awesome. Half the people won't even catch that. I love that. Yeah, Jocelyn asked some questions. Why don't you?
Who? Question. Wife is new to the game and finally 7-starred her Phoenix squad. What gear should she take them to before moving on?
7.
Well, there's a Thrawn event.
I would say 8. Yeah, I would say 8, maybe 9 on certain characters, Chopper, Ezra, and Kanan, just because they're good. But yeah, 8 would be where I would stop. And
I would say Chopper, Ezra, and Sabine.
I'm assuming Sabine is not one of her 5. So I agree with you. I'm just assuming Sabine is not one of the 5 since she's a hard node only. So I'm assuming her Phoenix is kind of the standard of Hera, Zeb, Kanan, Chopper, and Ezra. But if you do have Sabine, then I agree with Grande.
Science.
Mr. Pennypinch, question: anyone excited for the Queen movie Bohemian Rhapsody?
I'm fascinated by it. Yeah.
I'm taking my 9-year-old son. He is obsessed with the band. Knows most songs word for word.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, Queen's one of the greatest rock bands ever, and I've heard great reviews about that movie. So,
a lot of people say it's good.
Yeah. They said they did a really great job with that movie. So, if you don't know who Queen is, please look them up and listen to their music. It's phenomenal. And the movie
Queen is, you probably lived under a rock for a long time.
You probably have heard their songs and just didn't know you've heard them because they're that popular. In the legend of, and Freddie Mercury is one of the greatest frontmen ever. Mm-hmm. He is ridiculous. All right. So enjoy the movie. Next question, please.
Dana Descent. Question: pork.
Why would you read that?
Pork!
Hey.
Well, it's Dana. I'm contractually
then I'm contractually obligated to say joggling there, sanely, dickhole.
Stop jostling the question.
To which Sanely is contractually obligated to talk about the Eternal Twins.
Hey, Sanely, I'm going to tell you, you can scratch that question.
Oh my God.
Grande.
I can't deal with him.
Scratch it good.
Jason, question: how do I get a chicken review that's a picture of a chicken? I'm guessing that means Grande review.
Yeah.
All I have to do is mispronounce your name.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's not hard. It's not a lot.
Or get on our Discord, man. It's in the description of this video. Mm-hmm. And get with Finn, and we'll put you on the list for real.
If you like a roster review, all you need is your GG page, send it to Finn, have him confirm it, and then there you go.
Now I gotta tell you, doing a roster review, you get what you pay for.
It's true.
Completely.
God.
We don't charge anything for roster reviews, by the way.
Nope.
No, we do not. Everyone is welcome.
Ski Trooper, question: do you prefer Mother or Asajj lead for Night Sisters in PvP? What comp do you like for defense for offense?
I like Asajj Ventress lead on defense. Typically offense is a lot of Mother Talzin. Typically you try to kill a Basilisk, things of that nature, so you want Plague to be spreading and doing its thing. So it depends on who you're facing though. But on defense, I'm a Asajj Ventress on defense.
Yeah, I'm Talzin, Asajj, Daka, Zombie, and Enfys on defense. Type of Night Sister person.
It's a pain in the ass. Blame Finn.
Okay, and apparently it wasn't a Grande review; it's a Rooster review.
Ah.
You want a Rooster review?
Yeah. He ain't gonna die.
I have to see a picture of your rooster first and see if it's jacket worthy, and then we'll figure it out from there.
All right, next question.
Ryuk, question: how do you obtain armor penetration on Phase 2 using Bastila with Grandmaster Yoda team?
Huh? The old armor penetration.
I guess I'm not sure exactly what the question is. Can you repeat the question again, Zanley?
How do you obtain armor penetration on Phase 2 using Bastila with Grandmaster Yoda team?
Hold on. I think it's a. Is that a unique thing to the freaking? Stop! Cut it out, dog.
Yeah, dog.
Do something important. I'm trying to do something important here.
Yeah, stupid dog.
She's not dumb. She's like biting my hand.
She's trying to joggling. She's doing her joggling.
I'm trying to see if it was in here in Phase 2. or if it was in the bonuses that some of the characters get.
But I know, so I'm trying to think about the.
I mean, you can obviously get it if you're running Visas Mar on the team.
Right, but you might be using her in Phase 1 potentially. I'm trying to think of the Phase 2 team, right? Because it's Bastila, Hermit Yoda, Grandmaster Yoda, Kenobi, and
doesn't GMY do something?
I was trying to see where the unique buffs were.
I think it's GMY, right? I'm guessing.
I don't think he gets armor penetration. Hold on. I have to double check now because now he has me thinking about.
I know he has
thinking
me
about
thinking
it,
about it too, which is
because they get so many freaking buffs, but I don't think it's armor penetration.
I'm in here looking in the details section, just trying to find who gets what.
Okay, I see what he's. Okay, now I'm there. I had to double check all of this because it's not okay. Grandmaster Yoda gets defense penetration when he hits a target with less than 50%. So you have to hit somebody with less than 50%. He'll get that buff, and then you can distribute it. That's the mechanism. God, I forgot about that with his basic because you think about everything else. God damn. Yoda gets way too many freaking buffs.
Valuable I am.
Oh, so it's in GMY.
It's Grandmaster Yoda's basic. And it has to be on somebody with less than 50% health. And so you have a couple of different ways you can go about it.
Haru or whatever you say, however you call it.
Yeah, and I mean, there's two ways to go about it. One is that you do your attack late in Phase 2, so Scion is the one that is below 50% health, and then you'll get defense penetration up.
There it is.
There it is. You target one of the other adds when they're below 50%, and then you'll be able to get your defense penetration. For the most part, most people do it when he's above 50%. They just kind of go in there. But yeah, it's either you have below 50% tunes. Oh, and I see it now, people typing in the chat while I was checking GG. So thank you, guys. So he gets defense penetration when he's 50%. So you either hit the ads or you hit Scion. God, I forgot about that.
Kind of a big deal, and then you can penetrate people's defenses all you want.
Oh, my God.
You're on a timeout down there.
There's just no response to that. Goddamn. Yeah.
All right, next question.
Danilo Papais. Question: I dropped over 200 ranks in Arena with my Emperor Palpatine lead Nightmare team. Since I have neither Revan nor Geared Jedi or Nest, what could I do to not drop that much when I climb up again?
Do you have the CLS Chewbacca team? I think he has Traya.
Yeah, has to either be Traya or CLS Chewbacca team. There's really nothing else. Bastila may survive, but that's a... Yeah, Emperor Palpatine doesn't... Emperor Palpatine has way too many counters now, so he is definitely not going to allow you to stand on...
Not as a leader.
Not as a leader.
No, he's a great piece, just not as a leader, though.
He'll climb, but
unless
he
you
won't.
have Trey on that team, but I mean...
Yeah. Has to be a Traya lead, Bastila lead, or CLS with Chewbacca. Those are the only other options outside of Revan right now that really have a fighting chance on defense to survive.
Kashmir. Question for Heroic Sith Raid. Only what should be my next Zeta? I will use Night Sister in P4, have Jedi Training Ray lead, and Asajj unique.
You don't have Asajj lead?
It doesn't say that, no.
That would be your Zeta.
Yep.
You need Asajj lead for Phase 4. If you don't have Asajj lead for Phase 4, Night Sisters don't work in Phase 4. So, if you're looking for a lead with Night Sisters for Heroic Sith, there's your choice.
Robert, question: unlocking Traya tonight. What's the best mods for? Was thinking offense and critical chance. Go Dark Lords.
Nice, dude. I didn't even prompt that.
Yep.
You prompt it when they join, Grande. You know. Anytime they come onto the stream, they have to say "Go Dark Lords." It's like your new rule. We know how it works. It's fine. Offense and speed secondaries would be the way that I go. Offense set, as much offense as you can, and speed secondaries. That would be mine. I don't know what you guys think. That I would definitely go in that direction.
For which character again?
Treya.
I put offense on her. I will tell you though, if you're trying to go up against Revan leads, you might think about making a tanky Treya.
Yeah. You pretty much have to, because if she doesn't survive that initial onslaught, you're screwed.
You could do a lot of defense and a lot of protection and a lot of speed, and basically just put a bunch of defense mods, health mods, and protection mods on her.
Yeah.
You could do that and make her slow. Or slower.
Next question.
Dr. Gonzo H. Question, why does it hurt when I pee? Well, if you're not much of a doctor, are you, if you don't know the answer to that question?
Stop squeezing it so hard.
It's because you suffer from the dehydration.
You shouldn't be trying to pee outside of your catheter. And every male just felt a little bit of pain just thinking about that. Next question.
Oh,
Dr. Gonzo H. Question, what's the difference between grande and a chicken?
genetically, not much.
Yeah.
One of them's a big deal.
Yeah, and one of them came first. We just don't know which yet.
Right.
Except Grande. Grande was around to know the answer.
Right.
That's right.
Transparent Ghost. Question, stuck on level 5 ship's hard node. Damn ships start with turn meter. Any way to beat it if you don't have full bug squad geared up yet?
Yes. You can beat it with Agfor, or you can beat it with Chimera by healing. And then you need to bring in characters that dispel, like Plo Koon. You need to bring in you need to bring in stuff so you can make the match better, like putting your reinforcements on Phantom, so that way you can bring in 2 ships and you make the battle 5v3 or 5v4. But you have to have relatively decent ships to make it work.
Yeah. If you're going with the big, like, TIE Advanced Imperial TIE Fighter stuff, you need to have Plo Koon coming in order to heal. You don't necessarily need bugs. You need survivability, so you need tanky ships. So you'd be considering stuff like Plo Koon, then maybe even an Umbaran.
Plo Koon 5. Yeah, I was about to say that same thing. Look at 5.
Yeah, 5s is a good one. Then you want to consider
look at Boba Fett. I mean,
Boba. Yep. Sunfac. Even if you don't have all the bugs, Sunfac in order to get the stun, very, very helpful as well. You're just looking to tanky, and potentially, if you wanted to, you could go with a Tarkin ship and just try to survive until you can get his ultimate off. If you can get that survival up. So it depends on your lineup, but there are different ways that you can beat it.
That's what she said.
Transparent Ghost. Question, using Tarkin, Big Silencer, TIE as startup. First Order TIE, Advanced Jedi Counselor as reinforcements. Since my Boba is only 5-star and my Maul is only 6-star.
Yeah, you don't have any survival ships. Your ships are all coming in fairly weak. That'll be where your struggle is. Bigs will not survive long enough with that much turn meter and everything starting off, so your Bigs is just like that. Yeah. So just work on getting some other reinforcements. They're useful ships outside as well. All the ships that we mentioned: Sunfac, Umbaran, Plo Koon, Phantom. You already mentioned Boba, Slave 1. You could use Maul potentially, but Maul could also be a detriment because you're kind of forcing a taunt on one character, and that may end up coming back to haunt you. Houndstooth is still a really good one for that as well, if you've done it. So you might just need to work on getting some tankier ships, and also the healing ability of Plo Koon is really hard not to... There's no replacement for Plo Koon in PvE content. PvE, it's no. But in PvE content, yeah, Plo Koon.
It's great.
Yeah, I really like having Sunfac coming in from reinforcements. It's really nice to have that stun.
Yeah, so he's saying he tried... Oh, were you about to read that, Sanely?
Yeah. Tried with tanks. Start up big Tarkin's ultimate ain't enough due to the freaking protection and tanks they got.
Yeah. You need damage also, but it's a balance. So one mistake I have seen, so just something of note, one mistake I have seen a lot of people do with their ships. Sometimes you focus too much on one particular ship. For example, if you have like a bunch of different ships, right? You don't always think about the potential of getting all the ships down to like 40% health or whatever. You sometimes focus overly on one ship and they have recovery abilities that allow them to go up, right? But then when you AoE, only that one ship may die and all the other ships are basically unharmed. So one thing to consider as well, depending on which ships you're using, is distributing the damage a little bit more and making it so all the ships are kind of going down a little bit. If you can take out particular ships, then definitely you want to do that. But otherwise, consider like evenly taking down a few ships as Tarkin's ultimate is coming in, and then when you do the AoE, it'll knock more of them out. But it is a difficult one. I'm not going to argue. I'm assuming it's that 5E, right? I think it's normal 5E is that stupid Imperial TIE Fighter level. And it took me a while. I'm not going to say it's easy. And I had pretty high-level ships, but until I got Plo Koon in there, it was a crapshoot. I basically spent my energy pretty much every week doing an attempt on it manually until I just got through it, and I haven't gone back since, and I didn't even 3-star. I was just done with it, and then afterwards it becomes easy. So you just have to sometimes go with RNG as well.
I haven't even 3-starred all those missions yet. I got through them, and then you're like, okay, well, don't need to go back to that one until I need to go back to it.
The 5E is actually good, though, because I think it has Carbantes or something on it. It has a good gear on there,
yeah, but
so
I'm not,
you consider going back.
I'm not
worth
learning
it.
Carbantes from there.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, for a while I had all the ships until they recently added all the new ones. Before they added Lando and Enfys and all that stuff, when I had Scion done, I was like, what else am I going to farm with the energy? And so I was looking at that one, but now there's other stuff there, so there's no way I'm going to be doing it. But yeah, just some ships that you want to work with. It may take some RNG in order to get it done, but you'll be able to get through it.
Science.
Or you can look up some other videos on YouTube. There's a lot of weird team comps that people have been able to 3-star, the table with.
Yeah.
And that's all the questions we got.
Hey, perfect timing. Yay, we did it, guys. We got through all the questions out of Reason Bar. Yay. All right, so that's it for us today. If you have more questions or you want to talk to us, and just come to our Discord. We've got a great community of people in the Discord that we have set up. Can answer any of your questions about any of the games we're playing, and we do play a lot of games. We stream Monday through Friday from 12 to 1 p.m. If you can, go ahead and give us a thumbs up on the video. It helps us spread our content out to the YouTube world. If you'd like to know when we are streaming live, we will be doing a lot of live streaming this week. Please make sure to become a subscriber. Then you can hit the bell, and then you can be notified when we are streaming. We have set times we do streams, like the lunch stream, our Wednesday night stream, our Jedi Academy. Then there's a bunch of other stuff we do during the week where it just depends on what's happening in the games we're playing. So I know tomorrow they'll be doing some kind of game tomorrow night. I'll be doing Battlefront. So we got a lot of stuff happening. Sundays we have our D&D campaign, which has been a lot of fun. People really enjoy it. If you haven't checked out our D&D campaign, please go check that out. A lot of positive feedback on that. People really like the D&D campaign. So stuff like that, we appreciate any comments we can get from anybody about that. If you haven't already checked out our Patreon, we are well above our Patreon goals, first goal. So we really appreciate everybody that's donated to our Patreon. But Finn, we got this huge ACS thing coming up here soon. We're working on raising money for the American Cancer Society. You want to tell the folks about it?
Yeah. Did you see the checklist of things that I put in our admin chat earlier?
No.
God, you should check out the ACS chat. Grande, you should too. I have like a whole checklist of things. So if you guys aren't aware, we're teaming up with the American Cancer Society for our 2019 charity campaign. And as part of that, we're going to be running a half marathon at Disney in the Run Disney Star Wars Rival Weekend in April. on April 7th is the date of the half marathon, and that weekend we're kind of making a big RSG get together. So if you guys are able to join us there, let us know. We'll be going into the parks on Saturday and Sunday. We will be discussing stuff with the ACS there, and we'll be setting up a Tiltify campaign really soon here. It's on my checklist of things to do for myself to set up that Tiltify page, so you guys will be able to donate. We have a lot of things that we're planning on doing here, and hoping to get it all done within the next couple weeks to unveil it to you guys. There is a link to the ACS donation page if you guys just want to donate directly. That's popping up by Nightbot in the chat itself, so you guys can go ahead and click it and donate directly to the ACS page with that. But stay on the lookout in the next couple weeks. We're planning on doing a lot again with the Tiltify page, and if you guys remember what we did last year, there are like rewards and stuff that we'll be putting on there, so you guys can donate for it. Some of it will be just straight up, if you donate, we'll give you something, which is a little bit different from last time because there is a physical item we're planning on sending to you guys if you donate for one of the rewards. There will be some games that Sanely has put up as well, so you guys can be on the lookout for that. There's going to be a raffle for a really cool prize that hopefully somebody will be donating to us that we're just waiting on, but that will be a really cool kind of raffle item. We'll have milestones based on when we hit different things in the chat or in the Tiltify campaign, so it'll be a really fun, and again, our first big live stream, December 15th. December 15th is when we're going to be doing our first huge like kind of mega stream again. We did one for finishing our GoFundMe, and we were able to finish that with the help of you guys. Now we're doing it all for the ACS. And so December 15th, we'll be doing another stream, and we'll have a bunch of stuff up there for you guys.
There you go. All right, so that's our show for today, guys. Appreciate everybody stopping in. Make sure you're subscribed so you can know when we're streaming again. So on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you guys for stopping in, and we will holler at you later. Peace.